Now here I write some wave characteristics which are of much important. What are wave characteristics? Just to explain any fact, we have some references, we have some events, and with that event with reference to that event, with reference to that points, we explain that event. Just like when we explain a wave, what it has some basic property, it must be again seen by us. The first one is called as wavelength. What is wavelength? If wave is represented in this fashion, this is the graphical representation of wave, the distance between two successive particles which are in same phase, this is known as wavelength. Or in case of transverse wave, the distance between two successive crests or two successive troughs is also called as wavelength. In case of longitudinal wave, the distance between two successive troughs, two successive crests, it is wavelength. And in case of longitudinal wave, distance between two successive successive compressions or rarefactions is also known as wavelength. Or in general we say that the distance travelled by a wave in unit time or unit time period, it is known as time period. When it is distance is d, time period is unit, that distance is known as wavelength lambda. Generally distance is measured, so it is expressed in meter, but here in electromagnetic waves especially we prefer unit, angstrom unit. The second one is frequency. How frequency is represented? With the help of diagram. Between the two successive same distance we consider here, but the number of peaks they are different here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we say that number of waves coming in 1 second is 5. So frequency is 5 hertz. Suppose it is represented as a number of peak, according to it is 5 hertz. Again, the third one is velocity. Velocity is given by frequency into wavelength, n into lambda, where n is frequency, lambda is wavelength. A wave has a velocity when it travels from one point to another point, it has some velocity. Fourth one is time period. Reciprocal of number of cycles per second or frequency is known as time period. It is again expressed in seconds. And fifth one is amplitude. It is nothing but the maximum displacement of a medium particle from its mean positions. Once a disturbance comes at a point in a medium, a wave is created, means disturbance is propagated. And this disturbance, when propagates through the medium, the particles set into vibrations about their mean positions. They start vibrating about their mean positions, and the maximum distance up to which they reaches, that distance is known as amplitude. Amplitude decides the energy of wave, how it works, what is the strength of that wave, it is decided by this factor amplitude. The most important sixth property is known as, sixth one is double periodicity. Wave is having a characteristics of double periodicity. Means the medium particles, basically wave is a concept of two dimension. To explain the wave we require two dimension, x axis and y axis. So wave has a two dimensional phenomena. Representation of wave is in two dimension. So it is doubly periodicity, means it is a periodic in time and periodic in space. Then again we require some knowledge here about principle of superposition. When two or more than two waves come at a point of medium simultaneously, suppose this is a point P and these are the two directions from which the wave is coming there. From this side, point A, the wave is coming here. Another wave is coming from point B. This is again coming here. So at point P, two disturbances are there. Two disturbances are coming there, and so the vibrations of this particle must be a resultant displacement due to both waves. And this is known as principle of superposition. According to principle of superposition, suppose first wave produces displacement y1 of the particle, second wave coming from the another point will makes displacement y2 at that point, then the resultant of these two is nothing but y. Means that when two or more than two waves are arrived at a point of medium simultaneously, each of them produces its own effect as if other is absent. The resultant displacement at that point is given by the vector sum of displacements produced by individual waves. They are not cancelling each other. The cancellation or enhancement depends on their phase. So one more characteristics of wave is that the phase or angle phi, phase angle, is the angle which states the state of motion of the particle. State of motion of the particle. So with these basic ideas, now I would like to proceed what is meant by electromagnetic waves. So here these are some the concepts which we have already seen in previous chapters, and now I would like to explain what is meant by electromagnetic waves. What are electromagnetic waves? What are EM waves? Now the variation of electric field, this is variation, varying electric field and varying magnetic field. These two variations produces some extra energy, new type of energy, and these two varying electric field and magnetic field alternately generate each other. Electric field is converted into magnetic field is converted into electric field. This is the transformation of energy, and so when electric field varies, it produces magnetic field. This is shown by Oersted experiment. It is measured by the Biot-Savart law, and whenever there is a change in magnetic flux, electricity is generated. This is shown by the electromagnetic induction laws with the Faraday's laws. And so when one type of energy changes, it produces another type of energy. Variation of electric field produces magnetic field, and magnetic field, when it is changing, it produces electric field. It produces electric field. So electric field and magnetic field both regenerate each other. They regenerate each other. So this sequence repeats. And what happens? What is the result of this sequence? Repetition of this sequence? It is the another type of energy known as light energy. It produces another energy known as light energy. So light energy is produced due to the variation of electric field and variation of magnetic field. The new energy which is generated, known as light energy, it is known as electromagnetic energy. And when this energy travels through a medium or without medium, it travels through a medium. It's a mode of transfer is known as EM wave. The mode of transfer is nothing but called as EM waves. So in the modern physics, we see that as the electric field and magnetic field, they are generating each other, how electromagnetic waves can be produced. This is the subject of interest, and it is in LC circuits or in other methods we generate the two types of waves, and this is known as electromagnetic waves. Now we see that what is the nature of these electromagnetic waves. What is the nature? What are the characteristics? First of all, we shall see that what is the nature? What is the nature of this electromagnetic? Whether it is transverse or it is longitudinal. Suppose I draw this as a y-axis for the representation of electric field. I represent this z-axis for the representation of magnetic field, and this is the x-axis for representation of light energy or electromagnetic wave, direction of propagation of wave. With x-axis, this is x-axis. So if we consider the electrical component only, it is represented by ups and downs, crest and troughs. For the electrical components we show like this, from 0 to maximum, from maximum to 0. This is the electrical component variation in the plane xy plane. This wave is sinusoidal wave. Variation is according to sine waves. Continuously there is a variation, and so this is the analog wave we have shown here. The maximum displacement is known as amplitude. So this is the E0 represented by E0. This is the maximum amplitude of the electrical component, plus along the plus the y direction, and minus E0 along the negative direction of y-axis. Now when there is a variation of electric field, it produces magnetic field, and magnetic field we represent in the direction, positive direction of z-axis like this. Again this is negative direction of z-axis. This is again positive direction of z-axis. I represent this with dark lines. The maximum displacement here it is B0 represented by plus B0, amplitude of magnetic field, maximum displacement. This is minus B0. These are the two amplitudes. So we see in this case, as electric component vector E is perpendicular to magnetic component vector B, and both of them are perpendicular to another vector C, both are perpendicular to C. Therefore we conclude that E is perpendicular to B, B is perpendicular to C, means the nature is transverse nature. It is said to be a transverse in nature. Electromagnetic waves are said to be transverse in nature because E is perpendicular to B and B is perpendicular to C. E is perpendicular to C. Simultaneously they are perpendicular to each other, and therefore it is said to be transverse in nature. Now why we prefer the electromagnetic waves? What is the importance of these electromagnetic waves? Just we have seen the theory, but what is the importance? Now I am speaking and my waves are sound waves, and they will work up to some short distance. The sound waves are ordinary waves. They are having frequency 20 Hz to 20 kHz. it is called as audible frequency, and my sound comes to listen for the another listener up to certain distance. So my waves have a limited energy to do work. But as far as the electromagnetic waves are considered, they are having too much energy that they can do work up to very long distance. If my sound waves are carried by some another waves, it will be transferred, it will cover more distance than the ordinary wave. So the range of wave, the work of wave is increased with the help of its energy, and so the energy of the electromagnetic waves, it can be increased by increasing its frequency, because we know E is equal to h nu. When frequency is increased, frequency is high frequency, energy must be high, energy is also high. So higher energetic waves we require for much work. So work is related to energy, and energy is also related to work. This I would like to stress once again. Now we shall see some properties of electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic waves are produced. Firstly, here I write some properties in short. Properties of electromagnetic waves: they do not no requirement of medium. Hence, they are called as EM waves. No requirement of medium for its propagation. Continuous variation in electric field and magnetic field produces EM waves. The most important thing is that for this variation, what is required? An accelerated charged particle. An accelerated charged particle or dipole produces EM waves. This is the third property. And next one is they are transverse in nature. We have seen with the help of diagram, EM waves are transverse in nature. At a given point, magnitude of velocity c is given by the ratio of maximum displacement of electrical component to the maximum displacement of magnetic component with a unit meter per second. Sixth one is velocity of electromagnetic wave in air can be given as 1 upon under root of mu 0 epsilon 0, where mu 0 is permeability and epsilon naught is permittivity, 4 pi 10 raised to minus 7 SI units, and 8.85 10 raised to minus 12 SI unit again. With these constants, this velocity comes approximately equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Again, in any medium, the velocity in a medium is given as 1 upon under root of permeability of medium and permittivity of medium. It must be written in another way, like mu r mu 0 k into epsilon 0, where this is relative permittivity and this is dielectric constant. The next property is that it obeys principle of superposition of waves. Principle of superposition of waves. Next one is that it can be polarized. It can be polarized. And last one, I would like to say that the wave produces this wave produces linear momentum. It has linear momentum and produces pressure. Last one, I would like to tell that the energy 11 energy of EM wave is equally distributed. It is equally distributed between magnetic field and electric field components. So these are some properties of electromagnetic waves.